We have a major update considering the health of Mitch McConnell. The longtime Kentucky senator was just spotted in the hospital. A photo was released. So is this proof of life? Well, there are some questions being raised about this, and we're going to break it down soon. But before we do, please like, share, and comment at the Becker Brief. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. And please subscribe and get notifications. I think it will help us stay in touch as we bring breaking news to you. And there was just a photo released of Mitch McConnell, and there are a lot of questions about it. He is spotted with his wife, Elaine Chao. That would be the former transportation secretary. Now, when he went into the hospital on June 14th, Elaine Chao, well, she headed back to China, reportedly for philanthropic reasons, but she met with top leaders of the Communist Chinese Party, the CCP over there. And it looks like she's already back with her husband, Mitch McConnell. If this photo turns out to be authentic, it does not look like AI. It does not look like a deepfake. But we'll have to stay tuned on all of that. And a lot of people are noticing some things about the photo. And as you can see, there's no heart monitor. There's no IV drip. There's nothing. He was in there. And of course, we brought you the footage earlier of Mitch McConnell leaving his home on a stretcher. An ambulance had been called. There was reportedly a procedure given to him that was to give him CPR and to resuscitate him. But right now we are just going by this photo, and it follows in the aftermath of a campaign to reassure the American people that McConnell was alive and kicking, and he has not been speaking in public. In fact, he had trouble speaking in public months and months and months ago on the floor of the Senate. That was earlier this year. And he reportedly talked for 20 minutes at a time with several members of the media and politicians, and including Scott Jennings at CNN, who testified to the fact that he was talking about the Ukraine and the main Senate race at the time. That's what Jennings said. And as you can see, he is in the hospital here in a special bed, and he's wearing jeans. It's just interesting. He's not speaking to the public. He didn't record a video. So Mitch McConnell, according to Jake Sherman of Punchbowl News, said in a statement along with the photo, "To my fellow Kentuckians, when you elect me to a 7th term and made me our Commonwealth's longest-serving senator, you did so trusting that I'd keep showing up to fight for you every day. And over the past several weeks, Elaine and I have appreciated both your well wishes and your honest questions about what was keeping me away from the Senate." Now, it quotes, "You all know how folks of my generation often hesitate to share the vulnerability that comes with growing older. Even in the public eye, I feel that same instinct. I can't help it." That's this is commentary, but that is a very lame PR excuse in my humble opinion. All right, we proceed. Quote, "But at the same time, I've had more than my share of experience with physical vulnerabilities. Surviving childhood polio meant spending my entire life with mobility challenges. They haven't exactly gotten easier to manage with age. And last month, I took a fall which landed me in the hospital." Unquote. There's another aside here. This is playing the sympathy card. This is just PR 101. Very, very scripted in my humble opinion. Okay, we proceed. Quote, "My doctors have confirmed that I didn't break any bones or suffer a concussion. I didn't have a heart attack or a stroke. I don't have any tumors or hemorrhages. But I was briefly unconscious and was taken to the hospital. While receiving excellent care over the past several weeks, I've also had to deal with a mild case of pneumonia," unquote. This is all very suspect. Why would he go in for an episode of being unconscious and then just suddenly get pneumonia? And he's still getting excellent care at the same time. This is according to the statement. Okay, we proceed. Quote, "I can assure you that I've been a good patient. At my age, I tend to do what doctors tell me to do. I've submitted to every test that they can think of to help figure out what caused this incident. And I'm continuing to do everything they ask to speed my recovery. In fact, with signs of continued progress, I've been able to move away from hospital care to a rehabilitation center where I'll keep regaining my strength, unquote. That looks to be where this is at. He's holding on to a newspaper. It looks to have a baseball game on it. So I'm sure there's some internet sleuthing going on right now. Should not be too difficult to track that down. But this is breaking news, so we'll just keep proceeding here. Quote, as much as it frustrates me, this process takes time, and on the advice of my doctors, I won't be able to return to the Senate floor to vote quite yet. But rest assured that in the meantime, I'm not taking a break from the Senate business that matters to you. Well, we'll keep an eye out for that. That's a commentary. Continuing with the quote, I've been working closely with my legislative staff on current issues and with my Kentucky team who helped me provide timely constituent services across our Commonwealth. I've also been keeping in touch with my Senate colleagues on their appropriations process, midterm politics, and everything in between. Unquote. Sounds like a Biden redux here. Again, he is well into his 80s. Continuing with the quote, you're right to expect your representatives to work hard for you, and part of my decision to retire at the end of my term this coming January was being honest about the demands of Senate work. But I still have unfinished business to complete on your behalf. And I have every intention of finishing the job you elect me to do. I'll keep working hard to get back on the Senate floor as soon as possible, and I'll keep you posted on the progress of my recovery. And until then, I'm so grateful for your prayers and well wishes, unquote. Now, certainly the prayers and well wishes, that is fine. But as far as working on our behalf, no, he has been betraying us left and right. He will not back the Save America Act because he has Trump derangement syndrome. He is a uniparty member through and through, and he's there with Elaine Chao, who seems extremely cozy with the communist Chinese. So I guess it speaks for itself. You don't need any further commentary from me. All of this is just verifiable. But it looks like this photo. It doesn't look like a deep fake. Doesn't look like AI. There's a statement. Who knows when it was taken, I guess, is the real issue here. There's going to have to be some metadata analysis for that. But waiting with your thoughts after this story. We always appreciate hearing from you at the Becker Brief.